This is one of my previous artworks that I did in last year's basic art class, and we had to do a watercolor, and I used wax where you see the white at, and this one I was kind of a little bit new to wax and watercolor, so my lines are kind of blurry and messed up and not as smooth as I would be able to do this year and future years. And my colors are kind of messed up, and the face, like the nose, doesn't look very realistic than what I would like. I like to create art because I can express myself and show my creativity. Throughout the semester, I've been taught various medias of arts. I've learned how to work with watercolors, colored pencils, acrylic paints, clay, oil pastels, and plastics. I've also learned how to use the tools to help me explore my creativity. Art is way more than a subject in high school, and it gives you a chance to be free and to feel free. I can express my emotions and feelings on a piece of paper. My artwork shows how I feel. Most of them are about reaching a goal or finding one, while some are about keeping the sadness out. I was inspired by Georgia O'Keeffe's quote. I found that I could say things with colors and shapes that I couldn't say any other way, things I had no words for. This quote inspired me to create most of my artwork. I learned that drawing is not as easy as people say, and the longer you work on it, the better it is. This is of a girl reaching for her goals. For this artwork, I used the media colored pencils, and for the hand, I had to use different shades of red and orange and pink to get the right skin color and skin tone. And then I had to do a lot of blending to get it in. This is a painting that I use watercolor with, and it's a painting of a seahorse, which I showed movement by the tail because the tail kind of points out when they shoot backwards. I also, for the background, I sprayed water with it and then dotted it with paint to show like the background and it moving through the background. This painting shows of Explore Further, which I use oil pastel media and I kind of blended it in to make it look softer. And the Explore, I used a blue O to kind of stand out from it, and it's of a compass kind of going along with the Explore theme. I also use like the underneath all the letters is black to make it look 3D to pop out a little bit, and so it made it look bigger and stand off the paper more. For this painting, I used acrylic paint and I painted a door from Spain. And I really liked this door because it had lots of pretty colors, and I liked the browns and the different shades of blue. And the browns were a little bit darker to make the blue stand out, which is why I selected this door. And I like the colors because it shows the ethnicity and it shows the antique of the outside of the door, and I really like the shading of it that I used, and I really had to use a lot of like water and layers for the painting, and I really had to blend the colors a lot and really like use different colors that I've never used and do tools to get it to look like I wanted it to look like. This artwork is a clay that I used, and I shaped it and I made the background a teardrop, kind of like it goes with the other ones. And what you would think would be a girl crying, but there's more than meets the eye. There's actually an umbrella which is shielding it. So while the girl is crying, there's also a shield to protect other people from getting hurt from this girl's sadness. It's kind of like if one person's down, the other people are down. So this is kind of what I was showing, and how you can shield someone else's pain so it won't bring you down. Three pieces that I used. The first one had watercolor on it, and we used paper towel and kind of did that. And then the second one is with shaving cream, and on top of it is ink that we use to print down from our hot glue printing. And then the third one is also used on the background is watercolor and shaving cream, while the front has acrylic paint on it, and we use that to print it down. And I like it, and I like the elephants in the background. So this one was kind of more of a fun color experiment that I tried.